Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's a good thing I didn't waste my time to stream that. I never streamed the last preseason game anyway because it's mostly people who are not going to make the team out there playing football. But I'm so glad I didn't do it yesterday because it was pathetic in my opinion. We went 0-4 in the preseason. And I've told you I don't like preseason football really. It's not, and I said last video, I said it's not real football, and I'll stand by it's not real football. I'll say it's not real NFL football because you don't have, the teams aren't going full out. They don't have all their players. They're not calling the plays it's not a game, if you understand what I'm saying. When the season starts, it becomes a game. It's not a thing where you're looking at players and seeing who does well and all that kind of execution or whatever. You're expected to execute. When the game is started, you're expected to execute, and every decision is about winning the game. That doesn't take place in the week of preseason. Every coach has a different priority in preseason, all that kind of stuff. But there are things that you could get from the preseason. Now, the things that I get from the preseason, I guess it goes to my little prejudice. I don't really like the coaching staff, but in my opinion, this is just I'm not smart. I'm not the greatest person in the world. I'm not saying this is the debate, like most sports things. But in my opinion, if our coaching and our scheme is, of NFL caliber, then when we're going against other teams of similar talent, going against their second string and third string, shouldn't we be at least just as good to play competitive football with these guys? And the only team that we really played competitive football with on all levels kind of was the Texans. And they were, I think the Texans are worse than the Jaguars. And we know the Jaguars are not going to have the great of a season. So it worries me because I told you in the last video, I'm worried about the coaching. I'm worried about that. I don't worry about the players. I think on the top level, when Zeke comes back, it's going to be a totally different offense. When our offensive line and Dak are out there throwing the ball, it's going to be totally different than you saw in the preseason. But the problems will occur this year. This is my downer of this year. I love our players, but this is our downer of this year. When there are going to be problems throughout the season where we're going to probably lose this player or that player or this player. We see two things. We see the depth is suspect, except at linebacker. Linebacker's great. But the depth is suspect. And if we don't have better players than and this is a Dallas Cowboy thing for a long time. If we don't have better players than the other team, then we're not beating the other team. You know what I'm saying? Some teams out there, like I said, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh got the greatest, when one man goes down, the team still goes out and performs. You never see that really in Dallas. From not these players, not the Tony Romo T.O. era, you just don't see that in this team or whatnot. So it concerns me with the talent that is, our second level talent. Maybe it's not that good. And it concerns me that if we're in a situation where we're not as talented as the other team, our coaches will not be able to get it done. So we are what the Cowboys have always been, a star-driven franchise where we create the biggest star. Oh, Tony Romo. Oh, Dak Prescott. Oh, Ezekiel Elliott, Dez Bryant. We create some stars, but we don't do the team thing well. You know what I'm saying? We do the star thing better than the star. We do the star thing better than anybody else, but we don't do the team thing just as well. All right, one thing I'm gonna go over. I was gonna make a whole video about this, but that happened yesterday, and my concerns about the coaching staff just bubbled up or whatever. So I have maybe 5 or 6 of my favorite new players that are with the Cowboys this year, and players that I think are going to be helpful. I got Carlos Watkins, but I won't Carlos Watkins. Clemson. I got two Clemsons. I don't even know if J-Ron Curse. They're probably making cuts right now. I don't know if Curse is going to make the team, but anybody that's 6'4" out there in the secondary, I like. It's going to be him versus I think Darian Thompson or something like that. But number one is going. It's here. Number one. I just leave you out of the suspense so you don't have to say, who is Shane go have as number one of his number one person? He's the new Cowboy. He's going to be watching more than anybody else. This is him. I cannot wait to see him in live action. All right, that's out the way. Kelvin Joseph. Now I was worried. I got to check his status because they said he pulled his groin. So that's one of those lingering things that would slow him down and all that kind of stuff. And I want him to get a lot of work. And who's the other one? And the other corner, Nahshon Wright. I really like Nahshon Wright. And again, I just said it, 6'4". You had me at 6'4", but he seems like a Brandon Browner type thing, that they had up there, but with speed and everything, because he's been burnt a lot in the preseason, right? He got it a couple of times yesterday. However, he's there all the time. When he gets burnt, it just means he didn't turn his head around, or the receiver. A lot of times the receivers just made a great catch. Or you remember when the receiver pushed him? I forgot which team that was. No, that was Chase Claypool of Pittsburgh pushed him and then caught the ball. So there've been things like that, and he's been right there, but he's learning how to make that last move. So in my opinion, he's got to play. He's got to get burnt a few times, you know what I'm saying, until he learns how to get around and get his hand up and knock that ball, because his tools are amazing. His tools that he has are amazing. So him, I had Osa down here. Please, Osa. I want the defensive line with Osa and Carlos Watkins and Quentin Bohanna. All these guys, these new guys. There's a lot of new energy down there, and I hope at least one or two of those emerges. And the last one, I think I got everybody. Joseph. Yeah. The last one is Malik Hooker. Now I didn't see Malik Hooker that much yesterday, but Malik is an elite talent. He's a top level talent. So if he can go back to where, the ball hawk that he was at Ohio State and the things that he was expected to do at the NFL, if he can do that in this defense, then we have a guy that can be it in Malik Hooker. You know what I'm saying? So, and Keanu Neal. But Keanu Neal, I didn't put Keanu. Is Keanu Neal? He's not on my list. But Keanu Neal, him and Jabril Cox, both of them are making linebacker. We can, look, Jalen, if there's some way we can do that and we can get some money and free ourselves with Jalen, there's nothing against Jalen whatsoever. He's just, a big contract. And we have some nice other guys on defense that can actually get it done as well. So we'll see. All right, guys, I will see you on the. I really like this slow roll into the regular season. If we can just get rid of preseason, let them do scrimmages and camps and all that kind of stuff. If we can just get rid of preseason altogether and add another game, the game is fine or whatever. But just make the football count when they're out there, because I hate to see like what happened with J.K. Dobbins. That's at least it's not happening that much in the preseason. I mean, that it's not happening that much in the preseason because nobody's playing their top players in the preseason, because you don't want that to happen. So it's just kind of useless, and a lot of times the play in the game, it has to be extreme to get you picked up or cut, because mostly it's going to be about what you do at practice and how your approach is to your job every day that gets you on a team. Not, oh man, he made a good interception this week, let's keep him. That's not really how it works. All right, guys, I'll holler at you. Peace out. I'm trying to do I got a new setup here. I'm trying to do it. All right. Peace out.